What's up everyone, it's Renor, founder of Amula AI again. Today I want to take you inside a real AI audit, completely anonymized for sure. No hype, no theory, just a real company with real bottlenecks. Like most businesses think they need AI, in reality they need clarity first. This company came to us because they wanted to scale, but they didn't know or didn't want to hire more people. Outreach was slow, candidate delivery was slow, email campaigns weren't converting, LinkedIn was capped, and compliance risks were increasing. So on paper, everything kind of worked. In reality, the system wasn't built to scale. So yeah, let me show you the case, what we actually did inside the audit, and what finally the strategic roadmap and how it really looked like. So today I'm going to talk about the case, what we did, and the result. About the case, this is a Swiss recruitment company. It's a strong brand. They have more than 16,000 candidates in their ATS, and it's a premium positioning, really. Like they wanted, the only thing they do is really software developers and IT people. They had three major constraints. This is what we got out the first call. It was outreach was capped, the candidate sourcing, this was the bottleneck, and compliance. Compliance and reputation risk was a big thing. Yeah, step one, or what we did, was the intro call. So this is the way the audit works. We always first talk to the person, talk to the people, and then after we did that talk, we really get out the results or like the need. So if a client says to me, yeah, we know what we want to do with the AI, we don't really need anything, or we don't need any consulting or whatever, I never work with these people. So I never go out there and say, all right, you know what you do, what we're going to do, what you want to do, let's do it. Because the moment you do that is the moment you will burn yourself. You will listen to an idea. You will listen to people that have all of these, nice things going on, and everything is like in my head, and I just want to bring it to paper. Well, if you do that, you will burn yourself entirely, and it won't work. So always tell people, okay, if you have an idea, let's assess the idea. If you have this, this thought of how to implement AI or an audit or an automation, let's assess it first. Without an assessment, you won't work with anybody. This is like something that I always tell to everybody, and I never do. Like with all of my clients in the past 2 years, I never worked with any of them if we didn't assess the idea that they have. So yeah, and if they say, well, we don't know how to use AI or automations, and we want to, we always do an audit. And this is what we did in this way. So as the second step, we did a deep dive into discovery. So we really wanted to know the outreach workflows, the candidate workflows, technology that they use, and everything. So it wasn't just really, tell us a little bit about yourself or whatever you do in the first date, but it was more like the fifth date, and we really want to know on every workflow they have. We even have clients, and this is not in this case, but in the other clients where we just sit down and we check out the manager's workflows, like how do they work. They just share their screen and we look at it and we see what he clicks, what he uses, which tools, and where he wants to go, what he really does now, and then we ask questions. And this is like multiple hours of work with different managers, if it's a bigger company, of course. And this company, it isn't as big. There are like 10 people, I believe, not even 10. And so it wasn't really necessary to do the whole thing with sitting down with employees and so on and so forth. You really talk, we talked about all of it with the management. And yeah, they gave us everything in the discovery call. And based on that information, we go out there and build out the audit. What we really build or do is three possible scenarios at the end: AI outreach enhancement, candidate sourcing, and full workflow optimizer. And this is what we recommended at the end. And how we do it is, this is the big thing. So you really want to focus on not tools or what is the newest trend. You really want to be specific about everything and where it will go to. Like you want to look at it as Lego. And if you check out the business and you did this deep discovery, you will have all of these blocks in front of you. Okay, this is the outreach block. And then you get some kind of topic. Okay, DM. DM outreach. Where does it go through? Yeah, it goes to the Lego block outreach. While onboarding, then you see all the workflows you will have listed out, and you will just map them to the different Lego blocks. And at the end, you will have a whole clear overview, and we'll see, all right, now we have all of these things. They are all mapped out to these Lego blocks. Where can we really move the needle? And then we designed something. We designed the whole flow and checked out every Lego block and found solutions for every Lego block. And at the end, we did a priority list. Okay, which makes the most sense. What is the most efficient way to build things? I mean, if you, let's say onboarding, right? Onboarding can be different for every other company. And this specific client has no problem with onboarding, but if we would have had a problem, we would have first have to check out their onboarding again, go into the onboarding process more deeply to really find a solution for it. If we would have seen that it is a problem for them, but we didn't. So what we saw, and this is what we talked about in the intro call with them, is the outreach, is the candidate sourcing, and so on and so forth. So we focused on that. And if we have this audit and the whole thing, the real result or what the client gets at the end is clarity. So at the end, they will have a strategic roadmap. So the result is not automation or whatever you think, like agents, or we have this solution for it. No, it's the clarity that what they have and what is needed for them. So what they walked away with is clear understanding of bottlenecks, defined AI opportunities, 3 solution packages, full implementation roadmap. All of this stuff they run away with. And I will paste it in here so you will have it clearly. And yeah, so most importantly, they now know exactly what to implement, in what order, why, and what impact it should generate. So this is like the exact order that we really want to focus on if we do an audit with a client. Since, like, understand this, at the end of the day, clients and businesses on itself, they don't care about the tool, they don't care about what is going to, or like how it's built, which API keys we're going to know. They want to know where is their bottleneck, what our opportunities are, and how we can get the solution. And this is like the 3 solution package that you're going to offer at the end, or we offered in this client, for this client, and so on and so forth. And the real needle mover is the moment they have this in front of their eyes. It's not just talking anymore, you know. Okay, let's choose now. If you choose this package or this way of doing this implementation, you will get this ROI. And then if you choose this or this, and you will get, you know, the ROIs or whatever, time saved, whatever. So at the end, they will have a clear opportunity list, and they will just have to choose like a kid in a candy shop, where he can just choose whichever he wants to like. And when he likes this and he likes this idea of moving forward, you can choose this, and so on and so forth. So yeah, most companies think AI implementation starts with tools, but it doesn't. It doesn't start with tools. It starts with diagnosis. Like a doctor does. He just doesn't really give you some medicine and say, let's take it and see how it works. Or this is the newest trend of agents. We're going to implement this. It's like, okay, I have this sickness and this is the newest trend of medicine. Let's give you this. No, you want to do the diagnosis first. So in every audit, the outcome is the same. A strategic roadmap, not experiments, not chaos, not tool overload. And if we see in the audit that the business is not ready to even implement any tool, any automation or AI, whatever, we're going to tell the client upfront. We're going to tell him, all right, in our discovery, we just saw that your tech stack and your whole build out foundation is nowhere near of implementing AI. So we first have to get to that standard. So we had a client last year where we had to implement the whole Google infrastructure for him, or the whole Microsoft infrastructure. Like, we did Google for him, but for others it can be Microsoft, whatever. So because he wasn't using any standardized processes or whatever. So at the end, it doesn't have to be like a whole AI implementation, whatever. At the end, it can be just a bring the company into a standard situation. So yeah. So if you want AI to become infrastructure instead of noise, you need to start with clarity. Clarity has to be the number one outcome or number one thing you want. And this is what the AI audit is actually for, to bring clarity. And yeah, this is the whole workflow. I mean, it sounds pretty all right, or I'm not going to say easy, but it's the hardest thing to do because it's always something different. And we are absolutely ready and open to do everything different. In every client or project we get, every time it will be something different. Because this is the situation nowadays. The internet is here for 20 years now. And for 20 years, businesses were able to choose what they will use for their business. One business uses Microsoft, the other business uses Google. One uses this tool, the other uses that tool. Even though it's the same functionality, it's two different tools, two different API calls, two different structures or systems. So for every business, it's going to be different. Yes, there will be a lucky shot and you will have a client and the next client has nearly the same build out. Okay, cool. But for like standard, when you watch on the overviewable, from the overviewable part, it will always be different. That's why it's so important to do the clarity part first before you implement anything. Now, if you want to see the framework we use to structure these audits and really see the deep dive of it, comment audit below or check the link in the description and you will get a whole breakdown of this whole audit and the whole framework from it. But yeah, it's not really. Nowadays, I have a problem with these people that just say, yeah, we offer AI agents. What do you mean with AI agents? Like, okay, we offer an outreach agent, but will it be able to perform with my tech stack? Will it? Or we offer a whole business operational agent, but how can you implement that if you don't know my whole build, my whole system? That's why I think the most important stuff nowadays and the most important thing is to implement, to do clarity first, to do an audit or to do an assessment of a business first, and then try to implement AI and whatever you want to implement or automations, whatever. So this is for me, like, this is what I wanted to talk about today. It's not really a long video, but it's more about how we really structure it with our business, Amula AI, and how we really work with our clients. And yeah, if you have any questions, just comment down below. I'm always happy to answer. And yeah, thank you very much for watching this video. See you on the next one. And yeah.